The main point of LAN School is to allow you to teach without worrying about what your students are doing on their computers. So I highly recommend, after you're loading a class, to limit the web and limit the applications that they can use. All you have to do is click the button and it'll use the allow or block list that you've set up for either the web or the applications. You can either go through Administer Preferences to set this up, or use the down arrow next to these in order to choose which applications or which websites are blocked. There's a configure under each of those. When you're configuring web limiting or application limiting, you can click the Allow Only the Following Applications button and add any running programs that are open on your machine. If you want to make a list from scratch, it'll show you what programs are already running and you can check them off as you go and add them. So you end up with a nice list of things. At that point you can save it and giving the name you want. I have, however, given you a list of pre-configured applications that you can load quickly by clicking the Load button. Find your LAN School folder on your desktop and pick one that you've already preloaded from our shared folder. If you want, for example, Google Earth and browsers only, you can click that, say Open, and it'll pre-list those programs. There are some things that I've added here that look strange, but leave them alone. For example, being able to look at what files are on your own computer is a program called Explorer. Sticky Notes is a common program students use to type reminders to themselves. And the snipping tool is another thing that I don't think would be fun to block. They tend to want to get to these things while they're working. So the top four here, Google Earth, Internet Explorer, Firefox, and Chrome, allow your students only to really use those 4 active programs at a time. Once that's loaded and you hit OK, it'll remember that so that when I come up here and click the Limit Apps button, it's going to limit that person or the whole class to whatever applications are on that allowed list. Same goes with Limit Web. Whatever you configure as you allow the following sites, let's say I only want Louisville and Louis Mail, I can allow just those 2 websites and click OK. And that presets what would happen if I blocked this student from those. I'm going to say no because I don't really want to kick her out of what she's doing. But it would basically allow me to click the Allow list and do what I set up for them. Once that's pushed in, it will block the websites and the applications until you unblock them. You basically click the button a second time to release it. And at the end of class, don't forget to click Class List and Dismiss Current Class. The next teacher cannot load the girls unless you've dismissed them.